So I've been wanting to do these kind of videos for a while, actually. Like, I've just been wanting to talk about the NBA sometimes, even if it's just like a photo up on the screen of me talking. I mean, I've been seeing some YouTubers do it, and I think I can do the same thing. Like, I don't see why not, right? Get past to the pack. It is Pack here. I want to talk about the extremely disrespectful thing that fans did last night in the Sixers-Wizards game and the Knicks-Hawks game, even though there's some playoff games coming up right now, and I'll talk about them tomorrow, but pretty messed up stuff. I want to start off with the Sixers-Wizards. So, Russell Westbrook tweaks his ankle, goes to the locker room, or at least tries to, and on his way going to the tunnel, a fan pours popcorn all over him. And this is, again, while he just got injured, right? And so obviously Russell Westbrook wasn't the biggest fan of that and had to be held back by his coaches and staff to basically not go up there and try to fight the man in Malice Palace Part 2, right? Which is understandable, right? Like, I'd be upset too if somebody poured a drink on me, poured popcorn on me. I mean, it's classless by the Sixers fans. But not only did that happen, right? Again, it was right after he got hurt. Like, it's not only that he was leaving. This man just got injured, right? It's like booing someone who gets injured. It's even worse. Not only are you disrespecting the person, but you're doing something after when they're down. You're kicking them when they're down. And that's just completely not only disrespectful, but classless by the Sixers fans, right? Again, I know that was just one fan doing that, but at the end of the day, that's all we're seeing. That one incident is now being represented by the entire fan base and, everyone that went to that game, right? And of course, I understand Russell Westbrook being upset. He even asked, the NBA to protect their players, like not only just to act on it, but protect your players, do something about it. Now, the person that did it got a lifetime ban, and not only that, they got their season tickets revoked, which is fine. That's one thing, right? That's punishing someone that did something wrong. But how is that going to prevent other people from wanting to do the same thing? You think one ban, right, is going to stop a person from that kind of person to doing that? I mean, they're already dumb enough to do that. You think they cared if they're going to get banned or not? They already probably expected it. So that's not going to protect your players, right? And before I go into how they should, let me talk about the other incident. It's I'd argue even worse, because popcorn, you got food on you. That's annoying, but it's messed up, right? This one's worse. Listen, I love how crazy the Knicks fans are. I'm a Knicks fan myself. I'm also a Spurs fan, but I'm a Knicks fan as well, right? I watched that game. It's been a really fun series. I love how the Knicks fans and then the crowd is going crazy. They're chanting F you to Trae Young, making jokes about how he's balding, which again is all fun and games. Like, yes, they're insulting him, but Trae Young's smiling back at the crowd. He knows that it's just, banter, right? Trash talk is trash talk has always been a part of basketball. It's always been the case, right? But while he's inbounding the ball, a fan who was behind 50 Cent and his girl spits on Trae Young, and also the spit gets on 50 Cent's girl as well, right? So he did spit on Trae Young, and when I watched the video, it is clear. Like, at first I didn't think so, but then I really watched the video, and Trae Young does kind of react after the guy moves his body forward, and also 50's girl also reacts. So it's pretty clear that something happened, and it does look like he got spit on. Enough so that Knicks decided to ban this person as well from the Garden from here on out, right? So it did happen. It is completely messed up, and they were even asking Trae Young if he wanted to press charges. He said he'll pass, right? But okay, you ban a player. You revoke their season tickets, but how is that going to stop somebody from doing that again? If somebody in the crowd is deciding to spit on a player, they know they're gone, right? So that's not stopping the dumb people. So how are you going to protect your players? Something has to be done. I'm not saying that you remove fans from the stadium, and we've already had to deal with that for a year now, right? That's not. One person's mistake shouldn't be everyone's consequence. This isn't freaking high school when one person made a mistake or was being stupid and everyone got punished, right? But something does need to be done. But what do you do? There's some things you could do. I think with the Russell Westbrook incident, there should not be any way the fans should be able to reach over to the players, right? Like, there should be a plexiglass there or something where people can't put their arms over or through towards the players. I don't think that should be a thing. There definitely needs to be something there. Like, there's no way that popcorn was able to be thrown on Russell Westbrook in that situation. There should have been something that was protecting him, right? I think that should have been obvious. That should have already existed. So that's That's something that's obvious. The more tricky situation of how to fix is a Trae Young situation. I mean, how do you stop somebody from spitting or maybe even punching or hitting a player? Like, what could you do? It's the same thing with kind of like that one kid that went to go hug Carmelo Anthony. Like, yeah, it's harmless, it's a kid, but what if that wasn't a kid? What if that was the guy that was trying to hurt the player, right? I mean, what if this Knicks crowd gets upset at a call or Trae Young and the one tries to get down there is stupid enough? I mean, if you're stupid enough to spit on him, you're stupid enough to get down there and try to do something to Trae Young. How are you going to protect the players from something like that, right? And that begs the question. I mean, what do? You're not going to ban players or fans, but you're also not going to, you can't put a plexiglass, right? Like on, I guess, the sideline, or I guess, courtside. Like, you can't do that because the whole point of courtside is that you're right there. So you can't do that either. Security, I mean, how are they going to stop someone from spitting? They would have to know they were going to spit. So that's a big, who knows what they would do. You could have security standing, that's a lot of security, but you could have security standing right there where the crowd is, like right in front of them. You could push the crowd back, which is definitely an option. You could just basically, courtside isn't an option anymore, or if you do have courtside, it's really far pushed back, which if we're being honest, and this might be an unpopular opinion, if we're being honest, they probably should have done that in the first place. I mean, players have to dive for balls all the time. You know how many times people have flown into the crowd? Like that one time LeBron dove, but I think he hurt a woman, didn't he? It was obviously an accident. But what is LeBron, like 220? And he flew into a woman who was like 90 pounds, like full force? Yeah, she's going to get hurt. So, maybe we should protect the fans in the first place. Not only the fans, but the players themselves, right? Like, if you're going to dive for a ball, you don't want to fly into bones, right? I mean, there's a ton of players that play super hard and die for the ball and don't want to get hurt, right? So maybe that should be normal, right? Like soccer has their fans pretty pushed back. Racing, they have basically like plexiglass. So like NHL has plexiglass too to protect the fans. So I don't know why, I guess it's so, frowned upon to think about that. I think there is a way to protect the fans. Yes, is pushing back courtside not great for fans or also the people watching? No, but like, I think it's more important to protect the players. It's not, when you do mistakes, usually what happens is that someone has to act on it. Like, if you're spitting on NBA players, maybe it's time to act on it, right? They shouldn't do nothing. The NBA shouldn't do nothing. I had one idea, but it's a terrible idea. You could do a 3-incident ban for players, not players, but fans. Like, let's say Trae Young got spit on, right? And then another player like gets down there and tries to fight a player, and then another fan, throws something onto the court, then there's no fans allowed at the next game, right? Like, if 3 incidents happen in a single season by your fans because your fans are acting up, then you're like, all right, you're not allowed to have fans for the next game. But I could see problems there. Like, I don't know, there's so many problems that could happen. Maybe like you don't want, like an opposing team doesn't want your crowd to be at their next game, so he purposely does things and stuff. But again, I don't know. But something needs to be done. Nothing be done. Nothing. If you do nothing, it'll continue. So something needs to be done. But that's my opinion. Hopefully y'all give me your opinions in the comments below. And if you like this channel, you want more of this, you want me to do more of this, let me know. And if you like this channel, please give it a sub. And I'll see you guys next time.